Mr. Chair, I'm prepared to vote now on this request.
Okay.
For a request to come and speak before this body. With what has been submitted, the broad parameters of this, I'd be more than happy to vote right now on this request.
Yeah. I just say I wanted to be very cautious and careful about it because this individual did run, did a write-in campaign for District 1 City Council, so I don't want it to make it appear as if I'm biased by any means. So colleagues, what is the will of?
Motion bring back.
Okay. There's a motion to bring back in 1 week. There's a motion to postpone, right? There's a motion to postpone the vote for 1 week. There's a motion.
Discussion.
There's a motion on the floor, but we have Mr. Whitaker who just joined us. Mr. Whitaker. Yes.
Mr. President, it might, in the 1 week, if you refer it to LPD and law, then we might give you a writing that might help you in your deliberation.
So there was a motion to postpone for 1 week. Member Pro Tem, would you be open to allow for this item to be referred to LPD?
Discussion.
Within that 1 week as well? Okay.
Discussion. First motion.
Well, I was gonna ask. With further discussion, since we were still on that motion, I'm gonna stop this one. Go back to the original. Member Benson.
I'll wait until this vote to, my discussion is going to be on the suggestion that we refer this to the law department and to LPD to utilize those city resources for this petition.
Colleagues, there was, with further discussion, Member Miller.
I was concerned because Councilman Callaway said she had no knowledge of it having her name on it, and I was wondering why we were proceeding if it wasn't followed through proper channels.
Mr. Whitaker, why was Member Callaway as the chair of iOS? Or maybe to the clerk?
Well, it might be because, as reflected on your calendar, it involves the city's law department, perhaps, and that falls under iOS.
Okay, I understand.
Thank you. Any further comment on the original motion to postpone the vote for 1 week? Seeing no objections, that action shall be taken. Further motion, colleagues, to send to LPD for review and analysis.
Discussion.
There's a motion from Member Pro Tem Young. With further discussion, Member Benson.
Just through yourself to Mr. Whitaker. Based on the fact this person has not come before this body and not exhausted any opportunity to speak before this body, I'm just concerned about utilizing those resources to speak to a petition that is so broad-based that there's no span of control of any of this process, very little of this process within City Council. I just rather us ensure that we're utilizing our limited resources wisely before we start taking up petitions of this nature to your resource before they even come to this body and request to speak before us during their right, which is public comment.
Mr. President.
Mr. Whitaker, I will say, just to correct the record, this individual did come before us once, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and spoke in public comment. So I did want to put that on the record. Mr. Whitaker?
Mr. President, I came forward because your rule does contemplate, I don't have to add a rule. The rules does contemplate matters being, when petitions come, that you seek an opinion from the law department, just as a matter of course. And I understand why you're saying what you're saying, Mr. Benson, but I do think that if you give your rules, you have plenty of cover. The respect that you're giving the petitioner by following your rule is why I step forward. And it should not take us long to give a response. In other words, we're not going to spend hours and hours researching a petition of this nature, but it does give the respect to the petitioner, and it does allow you to follow
Through the chair.
With further, Attorney Anderson from the Law Department.
Graham Anderson, Law Department, just to echo what Director Whitaker said, we would not spend an abundance of time or resources on this request, but I absolutely do understand your concern, Councilmember Benson. Thank you.
Thank you. Colleagues, there's a motion on the floor. Any objections to that motion is to send to Law and LPD for analysis and report. Seeing no objections, that action shall be taken. We will now move on to the next request to speak.
Councilmember McCampbell, a resolution, line item 20.2.
Member McCampbell,
Motion to discuss.
there's a motion to discuss line item 20.2. Thank you so much. All right, and I think this may even fall under the same to allow for that analysis.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I was just gonna say the same, especially since it's related to, I just want to be clear on what we can do since it's related to the Wayne County Treasurer. So I will make a motion to bring back in 1 week and refer to LPD and the law for analysis.
Okay, so we'll do the first one. I don't want to let Dr. Powell get at me.
Dr. Powell.
So there's a motion to postpone the vote for 1 week for line item 20.2. We love you, Dr. Powers. Any objection? Seeing none, that action shall be taken. Member McCampbell, can you state that second motion again? please?
Motion to refer to LPD and law for analysis.
All right, colleagues, there's another motion on the floor. Any objections? Seeing none, that action shall be taken. We will now move to the new business portion of the agenda from the Office of Contracted and Procurement.
Mr. President, we have 3 contracts up for a vote. First contract, number 6005073A1, 100% city grant funding, amendment number 1, to provide an increase of funds only for services for ending the HIV epidemic, a plan for America, Ryan White, HIV/AIDS program parts A and B. And that's a contract increase amount of $138,947.84. Total contract amount, $750,946.04. That's for the Health Department. Next contract, number 6005087A1, 100% grant funding, amendment 1, to provide an increase of funds for a program administrator for coordinating and managing medical and supportive services for low-income, underinsured, and underinsured persons living with HIV in the Detroit eligible metropolitan area. The contractor is Henry Ford Health System. Contract increase amount $420,000.